Hey Ratbags, it's Jade. I've been shouting out that Core Keeper is coming to console on the 27th of August on PS5 and Xbox Series S and X, and then Switch, Xbox One and PS4 on the 17th of September. I've been lucky enough to get some early access also to the 1.0 update. They've got like a special demo showcasing the first major biomes that you can try on Steam tomorrow, but it does include a lot of new stuff that no one has played. And that's what I'm showing off today, pretty much the Mage and the Warlock classes and everything we know about magic. Once the game's out, I'll revisit this with an updated guide, as I'm pretty sure there's going to be a ton more magic armor sets and weapons, but for now hopefully it's a little taste of how this new system plays. Whether or not you've played Core Keeper before or you're a returning player, hopefully you'll find it interesting. Let's go. So yes, magic's been added to Core Keeper. When you've got a magical item in your hand as a weapon, it will pop up with the blue bar and obviously it drains. You're going to need lots of ways to gain mana, and that's obviously going to be your armor, any kind of food you eat and any accessories. So in this special preview version of the game, there are pretty much 5 armor sets that have some sort of magic ability. Some are casting spells and some are more geared towards casting minions. There will be more, as I said. I'm pretty sure the full 1.0 non-free demo version will have more, and I'll be covering all of that as well. There's a ton of accessories and foods to go along with it. And of course staves, right? We want to be using great big Gandalf sticks, or they'll be in the game, as well as some tomes to summon your creatures. So just like with all the other classes in Core Keeper, you can choose to get a head start by becoming a mage or a warlock. It will give you a boost with 3 points in magic skill, a simple staff and some food rations. And the warlock is similar, 3 in summoning skill, 1 tome in the dark to summon some bat minions and some food. I highly recommend, if you really want to mess around with magic, choose one of these, as it took a while for me to find some actual magic weapons. So taking a quick look at the apprentice set, you can find lots of these arm pieces as drops from enemies in the starter zones, like the slime, dirt, clay, stone and anything around that area. The main thing you're getting with the apprentice set is a magical barrier which pretty much acts like armour, as well as some magic damage buffs and being able to gain mana. So you can see that blue glow and the numbers next to your health bar, that's what's giving me extra protection. But it does take a while to regenerate once you've taken a few hits, and not as strong as regular armour. So we'll test that out in a second. Let's take a look at the benefits of this set. So health, yeah, pretty bog standard, in line with a lot of other gear and items you might come across in the early stages. But if you wear all 3, 15% of the magic barrier is added as magic damage. So without absolutely any more accessories to do with magic, you can see all 3 are basically giving me a 40 extra defense. The apprentice hat is going to give me extra magic damage. The robe is going to give me mana regeneration 0.9, and the apprentice pants are going to increase the max amount of mana that I have. I'm a wizard, Harry. Yes, get your stave out and you can fire projectiles. That'll do a moderate amount of damage. Incredibly slow to use. Definitely going to need some buffing. So that's the apprentice set. Obviously there is another one we can get, and this is the soaring set. The apprentice is level 3, this is level 7. As you expect, it's a big jump, 17 max health instead of 8, 17 magic barrier instead of 12, and a change in what it does. You get 1.6 mana generation with the helmet on this one. Soaring poncho increases your max health to 24, magic barrier to 28, so that is double, but also adds 5% critical hit chance. And the trousers, they're going to give you 23 max health, 25 magic barrier, 1 point mana every second, but also 3.9 movement speed. The bonus is 6.4 movement speed if you're wearing 2 items, and 3 pieces you're going to get 23% magic damage for short duration on critical hit. So that's a fairly big boost, going from 132 health with the 40 extra magic barrier to 169 health with 70 magic barrier. If you wanted to regenerate magic the most, then you'd get rid of the apprentice hat and the trousers, and that would be the quickest way to generate magic so far, at least with these beginner sets. You can see it's going up pretty speedily. So really the only time that you might want to keep the apprentice robe once you've found obviously the next one. But with that 5% critical hit chance and the bonus that you get from wearing 2 or 3 pieces, then obviously you're going to want to wear the Sora set as much as quickly as possible. So there is a variety of staves that you can use. So the simple staff, level 2, mana cost of 12, about 62-74 magic damage, i.e. range, 1.0 attacks per second, 4% critical hit chance. Sticky Stick 93 to 113, mana cost of 14, projectiles bounce on impact, reduces target's movement speed by 32% for 4 seconds. Kind of feel like I'm playing Peggle. Then we've got the Fire Staff, which obviously works as a torch as well. 187 to 227 magic damage, ranged, mana cost of 18, 1.0 attack per second, 35 burn damage applied on hit. You can see it's pretty big. Also, if you hold the left trigger down, you can fire up a much bigger attack. And then finally for the Arcane Staff, but there is one more weapon I'm going to show you in a minute, an old one. 6173 magic damage, 3.3 attacks per second, 8% critical hit chance. It's pretty cool and fast moving. I'm kind of digging it. So it's not a new set, but it is repurposed, just like the Staff slightly, the Scholar's set. Previously the Scholar's set gave range damage and some speed bonuses and other stuff, but now it's been converted to magic. There's never been any pants for the Scholar's set, I don't think, so you are just left with the robe and the hood and the Scholar's Staff. So the hood gives you 32 max health, 26 magic barrier, 3 mana every second and 7 range attack speed. This is going to be the go-to set that you might want to try if you're going to be using it against bosses. At least the first ones anyway. Cloak 46 magic health, 36 magic barrier, 40 max mana and 6% critical hit chance. And obviously you would combine that probably with the soaring pants, as you've got that extra movement speed from it. It's got an alternative use, you can hold it and it will release 3 fireballs eventually. Previously it used to be 2 I think. Okay, time to look at the Warlock set. With this you're basically having more creatures to be summoning with your tome. The Witch Doctor's hat as well as the vest will increase the amount of summons that you can have, and the Doctor's jeans will increase the minion's lifespan. With all 3 equipped though, your minions are going to have a better attack speed. So as said, I couldn't find another Tome of the Dark for a good few hours. I'm talking like 8 hours into the game maybe before I come across a drop. Obviously it is random drops in Core Keeper. There's big percentage chances for certain gear to drop from certain areas or enemies. And maybe there's going to be a way to craft some of this in one of the future crafting benches or hidden behind the 1.0 full update. I'm not too sure. But yeah, the Tome's alright. You just got to keep remembering to activate it after it runs out of its time. So with just the Tome I can only summon 1 bat, but the more pieces you get or the more buffs you can have that give you another summons, then obviously it's going to make this really powerful. They do fire quite slow, so you do have to kind of run around, but obviously you can get in there with a fast paced weapon and do some damage as well. So next up is the Chieftain set, the second upgrade to Warlock. So this really does ramp up how many minions you can have. So overall less protection wearing all 3 pieces, 30 max health for the headrest, 15 for the barrier, and 6.1 extra minion damage. The tunic's going to give you 15 max health, 8 magic barrier and 1 max minion, and the shorts 15 max health, 7 magic barrier, 11.5 minion attack speed. And with 2 pieces equipped it's going to give you obviously another minion. So you can have 4 of your bats running around. So as long as you keep the chest, you could potentially swap out the helmet and use the Chieftain's one. And so ta-da, if you've got enough magic, you'll be able to summon 5 minions. Which I think is pretty cool. That's about 150 maybe to 180 damage you could be doing with all of them firing. So the Bat Tome is item level 2, mana cost of 36. It has got a 1 second cooldown and it's going to do 39 range damage. Tome of the Dead is going to bring you some skeleton minions. Double the amount pretty much of melee damage, 74 to 90. But still only lasts for 30 seconds, and a significant cost in how much mana you can need to summon it, so you probably won't even be able to summon 5 reliably because you are going to need a lot more mana. You can just about summon maybe 5, but they'll only be around briefly. Can you combine minions and summons? Yeah, absolutely. So there's a number of accessories to go ahead and get that are all going to increase your magic use. So glow tulip rings have obviously been in the game a long time, but now they'll give you mana regeneration as well as glow, 0.7. If you polish one up, item level 13, you will be able to get 7.8 magic damage on top and a 1.2 mana every second, as well as an extra blue glow. So yeah, pretty snazzy, pretty powerful. Crescent ring also gives 40 max mana now as well. Hourglass ring increases your minion's lifespan. It should be about 40 seconds instead of 30. Boundary rings can give 20% magic barrier. Then we've got some accessories. Blue leather tome, 9.6 magic damage, 1.2 mana every second. And this actually goes with the skull necklace and skull ring. It's pretty powerful, getting that extra 37% damage from the necklace, but you are going to lose health. The ring minus 29 max health, 8.8 melee and range attack speed. It's kind of good for if you want to be like a battle mage. Summon your minions and then get in there with a decent weapon to get that extra melee, or use your bow. And then the book, as I said, 1.2 mana every second, 9.6 magic damage for the blue leather tome. But the free hit bonus of setting them on fire is pretty good. Enemies within range. The Pearl Lantern gives 5 glow, 7 movement speed, but also 1.2 mana every second. The Rift Lens, 8% magic damage, offhand use, teleport short distance. So it's pretty nifty with 2-second cooldown. Can it go through walls? No. And you got some benefits in wearing the Octarine bag, which I'm really pleased they have revisited some of these items. Not only is it going to increase your inventory slots, but it's going to give you 13 magic barrier as well as blue glow. There are a few necklaces, gold necklace and the polished version. Increase your magic damage 8% and 8.3% for minion, so a really good one for both. And then obviously it's 19% magic damage and 20% minion damage if you're wearing the polished version of it. Do have the bubble pearl necklace as well, 0.8 mana every second, 5.9 magic damage and 7 magic barrier. Crescent ring, 14 max mana. So skills that you'll be able to earn: True Sight, basically increase your critical hit chance; Mana Channeling, increase mana recovered on critical hit; Firmly Grounded, help your barrier regenerate quicker; The Best Defense, your magic barrier percentage is added as magic damage; Arcane Frenzy, magic damage for a short duration on critical hit; Arcane Transfusion, recover a percentage of your magic barrier as mana every second; Fully Charged, up to a percentage of magic damage based on your remaining mana. Then you've got Deep Pool, mana regeneration delay reduced by 6%. Then with the Summoning, get extra attack speed with ferocious creatures; Critical Command, extra critical hit chance from minions; Power in numbers, range attack speed per active minion; Trickle Down Arcana, minion damage is increased by 10% of your magic damage increase; Tough Gang, magic barrier per active minion increase, that's a flat value; Group Effort, magic damage for every active minion increase; increase in your minion lifespan with Longing for This World; and Proxy Parasites, minions will heal you for 1 health when they despawn. Sadly, it looks like upgrading any of the armour isn't going to increase your minion count, but it will increase all the other stats. And with your staves, increase your magic damage, but maybe not your critical chance. Upgrading will also increase the cost of your items, and you can go ahead and repair just like normal, but you'll need scrap parts as always. So no potions give you a boost with mana, but there are definitely foods that are going to boost either your minion or your magic damage. Things like the Golden Unicorn and the Sunrise. I'll probably do a more detailed video taking a look at food at all the permutations later. So there we go. Yes, I used a lot of creative mode, but I am obviously working on a full fresh new Let's Play, and I've come across quite a few bits of the magic gear now, just not as many of the weapons and staves. I think I've come across like literally 2 of the first staves that you get, but nothing else. But I have only just made it to the stone tier, and I've still got to take on the first boss. All in all, it's showing promise, but I definitely want to see it fleshed out and refined a bit more. I'm guessing it's quite a strong class, and that's why a lot of the stuff has been locked behind the second phase of this 1.0, the weird way they're doing it, and we'll see a lot more armors and stuff. Obviously, I might have access to that as well, but yeah, I'm promising to make sure I've got a good amount of time in the same version that you'll be playing for the next week before I dive into that as well. So are you going to be a mage or are you going to be a warlock? Let me know in the comment section. You're going to be combining and mixing, and I will update this video with all of the other armor sets and magic items I find in the future. I've got lots of Core Keeper content coming, especially for new players on Xbox and PlayStation in the future. And yeah, I really love this game. I've been there pretty much every step of the way, returning for updates, and I'll be here for all of the content over the next week. So make sure you're subscribed, go and check out the rest of my Core Keeper videos, and new ones and old, and I'll see you lot later.